Up in the morning till you go to bed, what type of work you have done? Just tell me.
We move here and there, teacher. We have some works to be done, and for that we move from one place to another. We carry things sometimes, and we do work, teacher.
Okay, what makes you to do work?
Energy, teacher.
Energy. Good. So, children, today we are going to learn about the new lesson, energy, children. So, let me share the screen first. The new lesson we are going to take up is energy, that is lesson 3 in physics, children. And before today's agenda, children, we are going to introduce the term work, joule, energy and its units. Okay, and we are going to learn about the relationship between work and energy with examples. Today's class, we are going to learn what do you mean by work, or when work is said to be done, and the definition of work, energy, its units, and the relationship between work and energy with examples. Okay, children, once again I am just repeating today's agenda, children. We are going to learn about what is work, and when work is said to be done, its definitions and their units, and the relationship between work and energy with examples. Okay. Before getting into the definition of work, children, in our daily life we do lot of work. Yes, right from morning you wake up till you go to bed, you do lot of work, like you play, or you means you read some books, or you go for means when the online classes are going on, you will be writing, noting down the running notes, or it means you may push some objects from one place to another. So lot of work you will do, but in casual language you say that work is done. Okay, in casual language we always say that lot of work I have done. But in case, suppose when you have applied a force on object, if the object displaces, for an example, look in your surrounding itself. Suppose if you have a book on your table, if you push that book, if there is a change in the position of the book, then we say that you have done some work. If there is no change in the position of the object, then no work is said to be done. For an example, when you apply a force on the wall, yes, the wall, when you apply a force on the wall doesn't move. There is no change in the position of an object there. So in such cases, we say that work is not done. Or reading means you just read for 1 hour and you learn for 1 hour. You say that I have done a lot of work in learning. Yes, in such cases also no work is said to be done. But in casual language we say that work is a lot of work I have done, you will be saying. But in physics we have a specific meaning when work is said to be done or when work is not done. So in physics, children, the word work has a special meaning. So work is said to be done only when a body changes its position or moves on object on applying a force on it. For an example, you have a chair in your room. If you apply force on a chair, what happens? The chair moves. Yes. So there is a change in the position of an object. In such cases, we say that work is said to be done. But when you apply the same force on the wall, okay, do you think that the wall moves there? Changes its position? Wall does not move. Yes, the force you applied. Though you have applied equal force on both, on chair and the wall, but there is a change in the position of the chair, but whereas there is no change in the position of the wall. So in such case, we say that no work is said to be done. So in physics, children, work is said to be done only if there is a change in position or moves when you move on object on applying a force, then only we say that work is said to be done. Okay, I hope, children, you are clear with the definition of work. And no work is said to be done if there is no motion produced in the body even when a force acts on it. Take an example of a wall. When you apply force on the wall, there will be no motion produced in the body even when you apply a force on it. So in such case, though you have applied a lot of force and you will get tired also, but no work is said to be done. Now for an example you take, I am sitting in, means you are sitting in front of a device and I am also sitting in front of a device. I am teaching right from morning and I feel that I have done a lot of work. In casual language we can say that I have done a lot of work, or you people also can say that yes, from morning to this I am listening to the online classes, I am noting down whatever my teacher explains, all that you feel that you have done a lot of work. But in physics, according to the scientific term, work is said to be done only when there is a change in position or moves on applying a force on it. I hope you are clear with the definition of work done, children. Yes? And you can note down the definition of work, children, here. So work is said to be done when an object moves along the direction of application of force. Is it clear, children? Yes? And how can we measure work? We need to measure how much work we have done. Yes. So how to measure work? So work done by a force is measured as the product of the force and the distance moved by the body in the direction of force. For an example, if you see that, if you look at this image, children, if you look at this image here, a box is placed at position A. Yes. When a force is applied on the object here at position A, what happens? The object moves in the direction of force applied. Okay. Here, force applied. That means it changes its position from position A to position B. It moves from position A to position B when you apply some force on it. So, by using the formula W equal to F into D, we can calculate or we can measure the how much work done. We can measure how much amount of work done by using this formula. The formula to measure how much of work done is W equal to F into D. F is the force applied and D is the distance moved by the object in the direction of force applied. Now I want from one of you to tell me. Abhijit, unmute yourself, Abhijit.
Yes, sir.
Yes. What is the SI unit of force?
SI unit of force.
Yes. Can you tell me the SI unit of force? We have learned in 6th class.
Newton.
Yes, good. So the SI unit of force is Newton. And what is the SI unit of distance?
Distance, kilometers, sir.
SI unit, you are telling about the bigger units of
meter.
Very good. So the SI unit of force is Newton and the SI unit of distance is meter. Yes, children?
Meter.
Yes. So now from this, can you tell me the SI unit of work? Yes? From this. What is the SI unit?
Newton per meter.
Yes, Newton into meter, not per, into. That is, per means what? Divide. Okay.
Newton into meter.
Yes. So, by using this formula, you can measure the amount of work done. So, Newton meter, it can also be written as 1 joule, children. I'll just show you the next slide. You will get an idea now.
Yes.
Thank you, Abhijit. Unmute your device. Yes, sir. The SI unit of force is Newton and the SI unit of distance is meter. And so the SI unit of work will be Newton meter, which can also be written as joule, children. It should be pronounced as joule. Okay. And you know that since it's the name of a scientist, it should be written in lowercase. And the symbol as a unit should be written as capital letter, that is J. And we can define this SI unit, that is 1 joule of work is said to be done when a force of 1 Newton moves a body by a distance of 1 meter in the direction of force. For an example, if you look the previous slide, children. Yeah, means when a force of, when we say that 1 joule of work is said to be done, means when a force of 1 Newton, okay, here you can see here, when a force of 1 Newton, here 1 Newton, I am just spotlighting it here, when a force of 1 Newton is applied, it moves to a distance of d meter in the direction of force applied. You can see it moves to a distance. Okay, now it moves to a distance of d meter. Okay, when a force of 1 Newton is applied on object, the object moves to a distance of 1 meter in the direction of force applied. Is it clear, children? I hope you are clear. What is the formula to measure work and what is the SI unit of work? The SI unit of work is Newton meter, that is, yes?
Teacher, one second.
Yes, Radhika teacher.
Rishikesh joined, teacher, actually belongs to 7G, I think. Rishikesh.
Rishikesh, you belong to 7G, beta. Please leave the meeting and join in second batch, Rishikesh.
And Srini, no class in section. Nagachara, Aditya, no class in section. Rename children.
Rename yourself, children. Yes, thank you, Radhika teacher.
Hello. Yes.
Yes. Children, I hope you are clear with the definition of work, when we say that work is said to be done, and what is the SI unit of work, and how can you define the SI unit. So SI unit can be defined as this: 1 joule of work is said to be done when a force of 1 Newton moves a body by a distance of 1 meter in the direction of force. That is 1 joule equal to 1 Newton into 1 meter. Yes, children. So in order to do work, we need energy. Yes, in order to do work, we need energy. So how means work can be done only when an object possesses energy, and work cannot be done without energy. Yes, children, work, we need energy to do work. So work can be done when an object possesses energy here. The object that does work spends energy, and the object on which the work is done gains energy. Yes, children, I hope you are clear with this, children. See, to do work we need energy. Yes, the object that does work spends energy. Yes, when we are doing some work on an object, we are spending some energy on it, and the object on which work is being done gains energy. Means now here the transfer of energy takes place. Now if I am spending some energy, means I am applying a force to move a chair first. So means I am spending some energy on it. So the energy spent by me will be gained by the object, that is by the chair. Yes, you got it now, children? Yeah. So in order to do work, we need energy. And for an example, what do you mean by energy now? Energy is the ability or capacity to do work. And before getting into the work energy relationship, if you look at this image here, children, you can means a girl here rides a bicycle, yes, to a certain distance. A girl here rides a bicycle to a certain distance. To ride a bicycle to a certain distance, she has to spend some energy in doing the work. Yes, in order to ride a bicycle to a certain distance, the girl, she has to spend some energy in doing the work. Now the question arises, now how does an object having energy work? Yes, as an example, when a force is applied on an object, now what happens? Transfer of energy takes place. Okay, now transfer of energy takes place. That is, it transfers its energy to the other object. Yes, transfer of energy takes place. As a result, the object gains energy and it moves and does work. Is it clear, children? Yes. Now for an example, here itself you see here a girl, when she is riding a bicycle, she applies some force on the pedal. She applies some force on the pedal and transfers her energy to the bicycle. When energy gets transferred to the bicycle, what happens? As a result, the bicycle moves and it does some work. This is how the transfer of energy takes place from one object to another object. Yes, and now this means any body that possesses energy can do work. So we can define energy as the ability or capacity to do work. Yes, I hope till here you are clear, children. If so, just you can show your thumb symbol, children. So far we have learned when work is said to be done and what is the SI unit of work, and we have defined energy also. You can show your thumb symbol. So far you have understood, miss. Fast. Good. Okay, shall I move on to the next topic? Yes. So I'm just moving on to the next topic. I just want to know from one of you. Yes, Jahnavi. Unmute yourself, Jahnavi.
Yes, teacher.
See, suppose you are playing from morning till evening. How do you feel?
I feel tired, teacher.
Why do you think that you feel tired there?
Because we are spending some amount of energy to do the work or to play, teacher.
That means you spend lot of energy. That's why you are feeling tired. So, from this, what you can say?
From this, I can say that to do any type of work, we need such an amount of energy.
Yes.
That's why work and energy are interrelated to each other.
Yes. To do more work, we need more amount of energy. Yes. Very good. Thank you. And mute your device, Jahnavi. Yes. Yes, children. So we need energy to do work. So in order to do more work, we need more amount of energy. For an example, children, when you play cricket or badminton for a long time, you spend lot of energy in it, and you will say that I'm so tired, I cannot do more work. I have done a lot of work today. You will keep on saying like this. When you become tired, you say that you have done a lot of work and no energy is left out. That means almost all of your energy has been spent in doing the work. Then you say that I'm so tired, I cannot do more than this, you will be telling. So from this we can say that in order to do more work, we need more energy. Yes. So can we say that work and energy are directly related to each other from this? Yes. So energy and work are directly related to each other. For an example, here itself, if you look at this bicycle itself, when she applies a force on the pedal, what happens? How much force she applies, that much force means the energy get transferred to the bicycle and the bicycle moves. Sometimes you will be riding very fast. That means more energy you have applied. Yes. So more amount of energy has been transferred to the bicycle there. If you apply less force, then you will move slowly from one place to another. So from this we can say that work and energy are directly related to each other. Yes. And then let us discuss the units of energy. Yeah. Before discussing about the units of energy, children, whenever work is done on object, when in changing its state, that is from a rest position to a motion, okay, the total amount of work done will be equal to the energy possessed by that object. Yes, for an example, when you move a stationary object, that's the same example we can take. When you apply a force on a chair, that means you are moving the object from the rest position to a, it moves. So when we move a stationary object, work is done on the object there. Now when you apply a force on a stationary object, work is done on the object. So the moving object also possesses energy equal to the work done on the object. In another case also, we can say that, so when you lift an object to a certain height, for an example, the book which you have in your place, or your pen you have in your place, or an eraser you have in your place, when you lift an object to a certain height, means we are also means you do your work against the force of gravity there. Yes, you are lifting an object to a certain height. That means you are doing work against the force of gravity. Then the work done means is equal to the energy possessed by the object at that height. Yes, children. So when you are applying some force on object, in order to lift an object to a certain height, you are doing work against the force of gravity here. So the work done is equal to the energy possessed by the object at that height. So I hope, children, you are clear with the relationship between the work and energy. As work and energy are directly related to each other, energy is also measured in the same unit as work. Okay. So the SI unit.
Rishikesh did not leave the meeting, teachers.
We'll see, Radhika teacher. We'll see.
Okay.
Units of energy. So as we have discussed that the same unit means energy as the same unit as of work. The SI unit of energy is joule. Okay, and it's represented as capital J. Its symbol is represented as capital J. And another unit of energy is calorie, children, where 1 calorie equal to 4.2 joule. A bigger unit is kilocalorie, where 1 kilocalorie equal to 1000 calorie. And children, regarding this relationship between 1 calorie equal to 4.2 joule, you will be means from this you will be learning in the chapter heat chapter, children, how we got this relationship and all you will be learning in heat chapter. So it is another unit where it helps you to another unit of means a smaller unit of energy, means it's another unit which is used to measure energy. Otherwise that means you might have seen this the amount of energy in a food item or drink is measured in calories. Yes, you might have seen that in food packets and all. So the calorie content of such items is stated on the packaging as part of the nutrition label under the energy heading. Yes, you might have seen under this milk products, you might have seen how much calories present in it. Even in the junk foods also you might have seen how much energy. Food items or drink items you might have observed this one. So such labels helps us to compare the energy content of different products. So how many calories are present in it. Okay, so so for children the SI unit of both work and energy is same, since both are correlated to each other. Yes, children, I hope you are clear with this, children. And today's class, children, we have learnt about means when work is said to be done, and the definition means of energy and the SI units, and SI units of both, and the definition of 1 joule also we have discussed. Yes, children. And before going on means for the assignment, children, I just here is a small activity. I just want one of you to answer this one. Yochit, okay, Yochit, unmute yourself, Yochit, unmute yourself. Yochit, you are not unmuting, better from so many days. This is Rishvik, please, we have already said you better, you belong to the second batch, please leave the meeting. Sanvi, unmute yourself, Sanvi.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Now can you identify in first case whether work is said to be done or work is not done from the given picture?
In the A picture, teacher, work is not done, teacher.
Why? Can you give me the reason there?
Because the man is applying force but the wall is not moving.
Okay. A person is means pushing against a wall, he does no work there. Yes, since he is not able to move the wall. Yes, so in picture A, no work is said to be done. Okay, then what about the picture B?
Work is is said to be done, teacher.
Yes, because there is a change in the position. Yes, he is climbing up the
Yes, teacher.
stairs. Yes, good. Okay, mute your device. Thank you.
Thank you.
Advait, unmute yourself, Advait. Yes, Advait, unmute yourself. Jayavardhan, unmute yourself, Jayavardhan. Children, please unmute children fast. Yes, Jayavardhan, you have unmuted. Means in case in the picture, see whether work is said to be done or work is not done. Jayavardhan, you have connected better. Jahnavi, please ask your sister or brother to move. Yes, Jahnavi, unmute yourself.
Yes, teacher.
In case in picture 3, yeah, the work is said to be done or work is not said to be done.
Teacher, in the picture B, the work is said to be done, and in picture C, the work is not said to be done, teacher.
See, why in picture C work is not said to be done?
It's because in the picture C, the object is not moving with respect to the surroundings, teacher.
Okay, she is doing only mental work. She is sitting at one place and she is reading the book. No physical work taken place. So, we say that no work is said to be done. Okay, Jahnavi, can you tell for this D picture whether work is said to be done?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, how can you say that work is said to be done?
Teacher, in the picture E, the work is not
Yes,
said to be
Jahnavi,
done,
please
teacher.
listen to me.
Because
Jahnavi, D picture I asked. D.
the work is said to be done, teacher.
Okay, can you give me the reason here?
Yes, teacher. In the D picture, girl is riding a bicycle where she is running the pedals to move forward. Here, she is changing her position with respect to the surroundings. So, it is said to be the work, teacher.
Okay, mute your device. Thank you. Here, children, when it applies a force on the pedal, what happens? A transfer of energy takes place here. So, she spends some energy. As a result, the bicycle moves. Okay, so work is said to be done. Okay, good. Siddharth, unmute yourself, Siddharth. Yes, Siddharth. In case of E picture, whether work is said to be done, Siddharth?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Brinda, I will get back to you, Brinda. Just a minute. Yes, work is said to be done. Yeah. So, can you give me the reason here? Whether work, how can you say that work is said to be done here? Is there is
Because he's pushing the rock, no, teacher. Means he's moving.
do you think there is a movement? It's a heavy stone. Heavy stone. Okay. It take place in two cases. If you are able to move that heavy stone, then we can say that a work is said to be done. If there is no change in the position, then if there is no movement, then we say that no work is said to be done. Then in case of F picture, Siddharth?
No, teacher, because he's standing.
Yes, means here a person does no work with a heavy load. He is just standing with a heavy load on his head as there is no motion. But here we can say that children, the coolie does work when he raises the heavy box to his head. From the ground to his head, when he raises, we can say that he does some work. Okay. Yes, good children. Say that, please mute your device. So, today's class children, Brinda, can you tell me before 1 minute, Brinda? So, here is the assignment children. Please, I want you people to note down the assignment children. Note down the assignment. Brinda, unmute yourself.
Yes, teacher.
See, what we have learned in today's class, can you tell me?
Teacher, we have learned, we have started lesson 3 and we have learned the definitions of the terms work and energy. We have learned the units of energy, work and energy. We have learned the relationship also, teacher.
Yes, we have learned the relationship also. Okay, what's your doubt?
Teacher, you told the teacher work is equals to F into D. So D should be small. No,
Yes,
teacher,
beta,
because
D should be small letter only. Please don't write in capital letter. Okay?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good.
That's it. Teacher.
Okay, thank you. And Rishikesh, from the teacher, she is telling you beta that
Teacher.
yes.
And I have another doubt, teacher. For the C1 teacher, you showed a picture, no, teacher.
Yes.
C1.
Yes, just let me.
The girl was reading a book.
Yes.
But her hands were moving, no, teacher. Will that
Hands
count,
moving
like-
means, see, there is no motion much there. She is sitting. With respect to her, I am asking. With respect to her, whether she is doing any work means just she is turning the pages. That's all. No, there is no. Okay, if you have a book on your hand and if you lift that book to a certain height, then we can say that work is said to be done. But they just turning of the pages, not much of work is done there. Okay.
Okay.
She is doing a mental work with respect to reading. I'm asking. Okay.
That means it is not considered under work.
No, no. Okay. Even see, I'm now, you are sitting in front of the system and you are listening to me and you feel that you are, means you have started noting down the running notes and everything you have done. Yes, but no work is said to be done in such case. Only a mental work is been taken. So according to the casual language, we can say that work has been done. But according to science, work is said to be done only when there is displacement in the body. Means there are two conditions should be satisfied. That is, when a force is applied on an object, the object should move in the direction of force applied. Then only we say that work is said to be done. Yes, Brinda?
Yes, teacher. Thank you, teacher.
Yeah. Welcome, beta. And today's class, children, we have learnt about the definition of work, joule, and energy, and the SI unit of work and energy we have learned, and we have learned about the we have outlined the relationship between work and energy.